Welcome to the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan for the 1990 Michigan High School Athletic Association State Football Finals. Today, it's the Class Double D Championship game between the Marion Eagles and the Lakers of Waterford, Our Lady of the Lakes. Hi everyone, I'm Joe Jason, and I call play-by-play in Michigan's Great Southwest on Cozy FM and AM radio in South Haven, and our color commentator is from Bangor, the athletic director and high school basketball coach there, Norm Johnson. Norm, we've got an exciting game today, good crowd on hand, and a couple of teams with a couple of similar records. Coming into this game, Marion at 11-1, Our Lady of the Lakes, Waterford coming in at 10-2.
You bet, and we've also got an interesting road to where they're at here. We look at Waterford and we find out they started out with Detroit Lutheran West, won 12-0. Detroit East Catholic, they defeated 12-8, and then they defeated last year's D champions Mendon 28-26. So they had three very close games. On the other side of the coin, the Marion Eagles started off with Bay City All Saints and had kind of an easy game, 40-7. Then they went and defeated Brendan 25-0, and a real close one, Lake Linden 15-14 win last week.
Michael Boyd, the head coach of the Lakers, in his 26th season. Tom Cutler of the Eagles in his 8th season. Marion, a semifinalist in '84, a playoff qualifier last year, and Waterford, Our Lady of the Lakes, made its third semifinal appearance against Mendon, finally beating the Hornets to advance to its first Silverdome appearance. Mendon won semi games against Our Lady back in '82 and '83. We're getting set for the kickoff of this ball game. Glad we could bring it to you today. Getting set to kick it off for the maroon and white of the Marion Eagles will be number 42, Chad Wilson. He's a 5'10", 170-pound junior. He'll put his foot into it from the 40-yard line. The Lakers in the blue, white, and gray to receive, and the kick is a deep one, going to go back to around the 9-yard line. Fielded on the near side of the field. This is Adam Wilson, who is stacked up at the 20-yard line. Nice hit in the middle. Number 7, Eric McLean, coming up, and one of the hitters there on the defense for the Marion Eagles. And the Lakers will take it 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Cade Prelip got through on that. Number 23 did a nice job also.
Waterford will bring it up with John Rock, the quarterback. They'll run Daisy and Wilson in the backfield. Boyd and Powers will be the split ends, and Dan Allen, the tight end. He'll be on the strong side to the left. They run the powerhouse eye to the right. They'll give it to the tailback. Going over the right side is Doug Daisy, and he's hit after a gain of about 2 on the far side of the field. Eric Scott, number 84, coming over and making a stop.
Well, Scott had some help in there also. That looked like about a 5-4 defense that Marion starting out with, and they gang tackled on that one.
Coach Mike Boyd and his 10-2 Lakers with the ball at the 22-yard line with a 2nd and 8. Rock looks over the 5-man front, power eye, strong side right. Here's the play action. Rock will throw. Out of the pocket, airs it out, ball tapped away, almost picked off. Chris McKimmon back defending it around the 30-yard line for the Eagles. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
Had 3 receivers on the right side of the field, the far side from us, and they had people 3 different depths out there. Nobody really wide open, and it was a hardly thrown pass, but broken up by the Marion Eagles.
The maroon and white of Marion playing in the Highland Conference. The Detroit Catholic C Division for Waterford, Our Lady of the Lakes. Lakers with the ball on 3rd and 8. From the far side hash mark, now the unbalanced backfield. Back in the pocket, Rock. Looking left, looking over the middle, airs it out long. Has a man just overthrew the intended receiver, Andy Boyd, down around the Eagle 40-yard line. Incomplete, it'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, I'll tell you, Joe, that ball was thrown almost 50 yards in the air. He can throw the ball, has a great arm.
Plenty of time in the pocket for Rock. Just overthrew his man Boyd at the 40-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. Force a punt here for the Lakers. Standing back at their own 11-yard line to punt it away. Good snap. Line drive kick that kind of floats and is handled by Keith Sheppers. Sheppers is hit and brought down at the Laker 45-yard line. Finishing off the play, Kelly Fortin, number 54.
Now we'll get a chance to take a look at this Marion offense, Joe. They've got 3 people that have gained an awful lot of yardage. Ross Richards, Chris McCrinnan, and Chad Wilson with a lot of yardage. They don't throw the ball as much as Waterford.
Brock, Hopkins, Hussett, Cutler, Monaco, and John's the tight end, the front line for the Eagles. 1st and 10. Steve Heiser takes the snap, the draw, tailback. That's Chris McKimmon. He'll be in the slot sometimes during this game, but he played the tailback on that one and took it about 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Six-man front for the Lakers. On 2nd and 7. Heiser pitches right. Ross Richards with a first down across the 35-yard line.
Now you get a little bit of a feel for what this Marion team can do.
Good to see here the quick pitch around the outside. He just turned it back inside the end and picked up good yardage. There were a lot of white shirts there, but good explosion by Ross Richards to pick up about 10 yards.
He did a lot of that on his own.
Near side hash mark from the eye and a man in the slot to the right. Heiser with a snap, little counter action inside fullback, big yardage. Chad Wilson, the ball carrier, and it looks like another first down for the Eagles.
Just a quick hitter up the middle. Nice yardage. Boy, they in 2 plays have shown us they can move the football. Looks like a measurement out here, Joe.
It's going to be close. Ball at about the 24-yard line. And just short. 2nd down, about a foot. Heiser, the 5'9", 130-pound senior quarterback, will bring his Eagles out of the huddle. They'll wait for the chains to go off the field.
So far, that Marion line has really gotten off the ball.
We'll start the clock with 9:47 remaining in the first quarter. Everybody in close. Heiser takes the snap, pitches right. Ross Richards with a first down to the 22-yard line. Couldn't find the inside, took it outside and turned it upfield for a couple.
He didn't get a lot of blocking here. There's one good block right there. Number 42, Wilson. Nice block, and that got him just enough so he can get that first down.
22-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Eagles, 9:28 to go in the first quarter. I formation, slot right. Heiser fumbles the snap, and he's back on top of it in a hurry. Good thing he was, because Steve O'Donnell, number 74, was right there on top of the play for the Lakers.
Well, let's see if Marion decides to go to the left here. They've run everything to the right or up the middle so far, and they've got a lot of running room on the left side. So let's see if they come back with some kind of a counter play.
Allen O'Donnell, Zazula Hernandez, Tupa and Fortin, Sesti, Cedarlin and Daisy up there as the front line of the linebackers. From the eye, here's the draw. Big yardage over the right. Ross Richards in the end zone for the touchdown. Ross Richards took it inside, found the seam to the outside, and it was a chase to the corner. And Richards hauls it in for the touchdown, and the Eagles are out front first, 6-0.
You can see why he has averaged about 8 yards per carry all year. 1,380 some yards this year, 20 touchdowns. They came back to the right again. Surprised me a little bit, but they came back to the right and went all the way.
On to attempt the extra point, Wade Brock. Heiser to hold. Good snap, kick is up. And the kick is no good, wide to the left. Take a look at this touchdown, Norm. You're going to see it's just a little slant over the right side. He finds his way through the seam and then cuts to the sidelines. And then it's just a race to the corner right here.
Well, nobody really had a good shot at him until right in here. Broken tackle. Right at the end zone, about the 3-yard line and 3-yard line, he had him, but just couldn't hang on to him. He's a good runner. He sheds tacklers.
So Marion's on the board first. They lead it 6-0 at the 8:43 mark of the first quarter. Three men deep for Our Lady of the Lakes Lakers. And it's a high kick that's going to be fielded at the 3-yard line. Doug Daisy up to the 20. Finds a seam to the 29-yard line.
Keith Sheppers made the tackle, saved it because he had opening there. He had an opportunity to go all the way if Sheppers hadn't come in there and made it stop.
Doug Daisy, a nice return of about 25 yards to the 29-yard line. Brings up first down for John Rock and his Lakers.
Now we'll see if Waterford goes to the air here. The stats show that Waterford Our Lady of the Lakes passes the ball much more than what Marion does.
Man in the slot to the left. And here's the trap on the left side, and absolutely nowhere. Brock was in on the stop for Marion. Doug Daisy tried to find the inside, and unfortunately for him, Brock was standing right there.
Brock, and he got some help on it also. Right now, Marion is staying real low. They're off the ball, both sides of the field, defense and offense, and really getting out there. I think Waterford will test them with some more passing here coming up shortly.
Lakers are coming out with 12 underclassmen on their team. Marion with 17 juniors, sophomores, or freshmen on their squad. Slot left. Here's the quick opener, and Daisy across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. The bottom of the stack. Doug Hussett, number 79, making the tackle. 7:28 in the clock, moving here in the first quarter. A 22-yard run by Richards has put Marion on the board. The extra point no good, and it's 6-0. The Eagles lead it. The Lakers in the blue, white, and gray with a split back slot left. And here's the option, and Rock will run, and he's close to a first down, just a little bit short. On the far side of the field, Eric McLean.
Here's Rock. It's an option play. He had the outside man open, but he took it himself. He's gained 555 yards this year, so he's very capable of running the football.
He had some good blocking. Kelly Fortin, he had to actually jump over. They will punt it away from the 30-yard line. And it's a high punt that will be fielded by Ross Richards, coming back to the near side to the 40-yard line. So nice return by Richards, and it gives Marion pretty good field position at their own 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
And a textbook tackle by Dave Brightshoe.
Michigan High School Athletic Association Class Double D football final at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan.
1st and 10.
And it's 6-0 Marion out front. 6:33 remaining here in the first quarter. We have an injured player on the field.
Might be a good time to tell everyone out there who we have officiating this ball game. The referee is Carl Newingham of Bay City. The umpire is John Ratz of Manistee. The linesman is Vernon Ringel of Kalkaska. The line judge is Mark Golnick of Grayling. And the back judge, Randy Johnson of Newaygo. Those people are assigned by the High School Athletic Association. A committee assigns those people. They're veteran officials and have to have done a good job throughout the years to get here.
This is the 15th year in a row that the Silverdome has been host to the Michigan High School Athletic Association football finals. As a matter of fact, there have been a couple of teams who have made it for the first time, and now the 8th final football games on this Thanksgiving weekend. And it's good to see that Ryan Ball is up and off on his own power to the far side of the field.
You know, I don't think we pointed out the fact that Marion's only loss was to the Class D winner of yesterday, Frankfurt.
There's a shot of Michael Boyd, the head coach, anxiously awaiting the start now as Marion starts their drive with a slot left eye formation. Here's the draw, and it's Chris McCrimmon. McCrimmon, forward progress, probably marked at about the 41, but he was pushed back. Let's take a look at Kelly Fortin here, number 54. He winds up stopping this play. Here comes Kelly right here. He's going to put the hit on and drive McCrimmon back to about the 40-yard line. Forward progress at the 42. 2nd and 9. Pitch right. Here comes Ross Richards again. Big yardage. Well, when Richards turns the corner, he really turns on the burners, and he picked up about 11.
Well, Fortin's going to make the stop here too, Joe, but it's down the field. He got some help there from Alex Stack. They just keep coming to the right, don't they?
Ball will be at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for Marion. They lead at 6-0. We're at 5:36 to go here in the first quarter. Wilson is the fullback. And McCrimmon the tailback. And here's the give to the fullback, and that is Richards, or Wilson, I should say. And Wilson nowhere, maybe a loss of 1.
Dan Allen made the stop there. He made the initial stop right at the line of scrimmage. A real good play as a defensive end. They still haven't gone to the left side with a running play, so they might be setting something up. They're going to surprise us with something here before too long.
Clock is moving at 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Out of the I formation. Heiser will play action and roll to his right. He'll keep it. Still on his feet. Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. First down. Good 2nd and 3rd effort by the senior quarterback. Only 130 pounds. But you can see he's very quick and elusive.
Now he breaks one tackle right there in the backfield. And he's wide open. He's look at him looking for the option. And he decided to keep it himself.
Dan Allen had a shot at him, as did Kelly Fortin. He wound up being knocked out of bounds by Andy Boyd. Slot right I formation. Heiser on a 1st and 10 from the 36. Trap inside, fullback. Chad Wilson. Big gainer of about 8 or 9.
Well, he's going to come back off left guard. Quick opener.
There's Kelly Fortin again. You can see him trying to tackle the ball as well. The 6'3", 235-pound senior.
Fortin's in on almost every tackle right now. Middle linebacker.
Slot left with the I formation again. McCrimmon is the tailback, and we've got a flag in the play.
I think that might be our first penalty of the game.
Well, Marion is clapping their hands. We're going to have offside against the defense. And the Lakers back up closer to their own end. I'll mark it at the 23-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, that's the last thing that Waterford wants at this point. That just helps Marion get in position for another score.
Ross Richards will be the wingback in the slot left. From the I, Heiser. Long count. Pitches left, McCrimmon. Cuts outside, Daisy chasing, eludes him. And finally, Daisy wraps him up at the 11-yard line. You'll see Andy Boyd come up and slow this play down, too.
Well, that's what I've been waiting for, Joe. They came back to the left. It was a quick pitch to get outside, and with his speed, he was able to get out there and make a great gain out of it.
First down at the 11-yard line. Chris McKimmon is the flanker, split out to the right. Here's Ross Richards around the right side. This time he is hit and brought down. Allen. Dan Allen, the 6'3", 185-pound senior, got a hold of the back of the jersey and brought him down to the ground after a gain of about 4.
Well, Dan Allen stayed to home on that play, and that's what you have to do. He waited, made his move, made a nice tackle.
Second down and 6. 7-yard line. McCrimmon in the slot to the right. Double tight ends for the Eagles. From the I, here's the fullback. And Chad Wilson, maybe a couple.
There's that play up the middle off the left guard, basically, and he only got a couple. They tripped him up that time.
2:55 and the clock moving in the first quarter. Marion leads at 6-0. They're 5 yards away from another score.
And Waterford needs a big play.
Tom Cutler, hands on hips. The Marion head coach watching this one. Slot right, I formation. Here's the pitch. Richards. Touchdown. There's Ross Richards again. Little slant off the right guard tackle. Virtually untouched into the end zone.
Well, this Marion offense is really overpowering, and Waterford's going to have to make some adjustments to slow them down.
Richards caps off a 60-yard drive with a 5-yard touchdown, and they'll try the two-point conversion. They'll pitch it out. McCrimmon left side, race to the corner, he's in.
And there's that quick pitch to the left. We're going to take a look at the replay of the touchdown.
This is nothing more than power football right here. Fullback leading the way, and Ross Richards following his fullback. And you can see the good block right there as Richards hits the line of scrimmage.
And also Joel Cutler, number 77. Look at him take that man out on the inside.
9 plays in 4 minutes, 59 yards for the score and the two-point conversion, and it's 14-0. Marion out front of Waterford, Our Lady of the Lakes. And the Lakers to receive. Daisy is the deep back standing at the 5. Chad Wilson will kick off. That score coming at 2:33 of the first quarter. Line drive that Daisy will field at the 4. Up to the 20. To the 30, spinning and down to the 32-yard line.
Well, once again, he almost broke loose. That's twice now that they've just barely stopped this Waterford team. Let's take a look at it.
You'll see Keith Shepers finish this play off, but this is a nice run by Daisy. He's just looking for the hole.
He breaks a tackle right here. Finally, Keith Shepers. He's the man that saved the previous play like that.
Lakers with the ball, and John Rock out of the power I, strong side to the right. Quarterback keeper straight ahead. That is probably a play that is called right at the line of scrimmage.
Very possible. A quick hitter, power football with a quarterback keeping it, and they may be trying to establish something here too, that establish that ground game, and then they can go with that passing attack that they're so famous for.
Boyd is the wing back, and his power I to the right. Rock calls it out. We'll pitch it back to Daisy around the right side. 40, first down, 45, 50. Tripped up, or he might have made it 6. Good defensive play, and Daisy showed some acceleration around the outside.
And we had some nice blocks here by the Lakers. You can see several people blocking.
It was Adam Wilson who led the way for the Lakers. 1st and 10, I formation. And here's the give to the wingback, Andy Boyd. It's about 5.
You can sure feel a little momentum change here. Marion had everything their way for a while, and right now Waterford has decided it's time to play football. They are blocking better, getting off the ball much better, and moving the football down the field. They're in good field position now.
Jake Wolf, number 31, the wingback, 5'9", 160-pound senior into the ball game. Scott Powers comes out of the huddle, split near side to the left. They run the power I, strong side right, and here's the give to Daisy. He is hit at the line of scrimmage and stopped for maybe a loss. That was Tim Johns, the 6'4" end. He's a 170-pound senior, and you'll see him just bust through right there from the outside, and he hits Daisy right after the exchange.
Nothing there at all. They broke it down.
Down to 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play. We get one more snap off before this quarter ends. Scott Powers split out to the left. Play action. Rock being rushed. Long has his man, Dan Allen. out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Well, Dan Allen has had 48 receptions this year. We're going to take a look at it. He's gained 720 yards and 8 TDs as a receiver, so this is no surprise, but a great catch in traffic.
And the heat was on as Tim Johns just leveled Rock after he threw the ball. 4 seconds left in the first quarter, ball at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lakers.
And they had double coverage on Allen. We'll keep an eye on that as the game progresses.
Scott Powers split out to the left. The power eye again, strong side right. They'll pitch it to Daisy. Cuts back inside, wide open, 15, down to the 14-yard line.
And right now, this Waterford team looks like a completely different team. They are really aggressive getting off the ball.
And that is the end of the first quarter of play. Marion, the maroon and white of the Eagles, out in front of the Lakers at Waterford, Our Lady of the Lake, by a score of 14-0. There you can see Daisy. He just accelerated to the outside, made that quick cut inside, found his seam, and picked up about 9 yards.
Well, we've talked a lot about the Marion offense so far, but right now, Waterford, Our Lady of the Lake Lakers are really getting it together. And Doug Daisy, by the way, has had way over 1,000 yards this year and 16 TDs, so he's done that a lot of times.
Michael Boyd, the head coach of the Lakers. Thomas Cutler, the head coach of Marion. And now as we start the second quarter, Scott Powers will come out of the huddle, split out to the left. The officials will make sure that the chains are set and everything's ready to go for the second quarter. Boyd will be the wing back to the right. Here's the pitch to Daisy around the right side, cuts back in. He's to the 11-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for the Lakers.
Mark Bonico finally made the tackle in there. Came across real well. He's a 6 foot, 220-pound sophomore.
Lakers will bring it up once again. Scott Powers split out to the left. Doug Daisy is the money man down this close. He has 16 touchdowns this year. They give it to the fullback, however, and that is Adam Wilson. And he picks up about 4, maybe 5. I'll mark it at the 6-yard line. That is a pickup of 5. It'll be second down and 5 yards to go.
Well, that was a quick hitter up the middle, and Eric McLean was finally the one that came across and made a good tackle from behind to save him from going all the way.
That same look again with Powers out to the left. This time they have a bigger wing back in. That's Matt Cedarland. And they will give it to the tailback, and Daisy only gets a yard to the 5-yard line.
Well, Joel Cutler is going to make the main stop here. He gets some help.
Brian Hernandez also in on the tackle. We'll check that. Joel Cutler, excuse me. Joel Cutler in on the stop, 5-yard line. It'll bring up third down, about 4 yards to go. Out of the power eye, strong side to the right. Here's Daisy around the right, cuts back inside, nowhere. We found out that Chad Wilson's not only an outstanding offensive player, but an outstanding defensive player. He came up and made the stop. You'll see him from the linebacker spot, and he'll fight off one blocker, and he'll be right there for the tackle.
Well, he had lots of help also. A lot of people in there that were holding their own. But Wilson's the man that made the main stop.
Eric McLean also went on the tackle. 4th down and 3 from the 4. Play action. Rock looking over the middle, deflected and complete. And Marion will take it over on downs. You'll see on the replay here that Rock just has plenty of time. He throws it into some traffic. Ball is batted away in the end zone. And it's first down for Marion. However, they have their back against the wall all the way at their own 3-yard line. Steve Heiser, the quarterback, will run the I formation, slot right. 9:51 remaining in the first half. And here's the give to the fullback. And Chad Wilson picks up 7 to the 10-yard line. It's Chris McKinnon, or excuse me, Andy Boyd coming up and making the stop.
Well, Boyd saved it from being a much larger gain than what it was, because there was quite a hole there. He got up through the line of scrimmage for a good gain. And Marion is on their way again.
Second and short, about 3 to go for the first. They'll pitch it to the right side. Ross Richards cuts it back inside, has a first down and then some to the 17-yard line. Dan Allen finished off the play.
Alex Stack was in on that tackle also, as we'll see here. He broke one tackle, broke another one. Finally, gang tackled him to get him down.
Ball will be at the 16-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Slot right formation, the draw. Ross Richards, and another big opener, maybe 6 more. Andy Boyd again with a stop. You see Ross Richards here on just a little slant right over the guard. Hits the line and then shakes outside. And really, Kelly Fortin came up and grabbed him around the hips and finally brought him down, or maybe 3 or 4 more.
Well, Fortin's the one that slowed him down, then he got help.
From the I slot left, Steve Heiser will pitch it to Richards. That's McCrimmon. McCrimmon to the 25-yard line. That'll be about a yard short of a first down. And once again, Kelly Fortin coming over and making the stop.
And Andy Boyd was there, too. Some of the same names are popping up here on a lot of these tackles.
8:06 and the clock moving here in the first half. Marion out to a 14-0 lead over the Lakers of Waterford Our Lady of the Lakes. It's the Class Double D State Championship here at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. And it's a 3rd and 1 for the Eagles. From the I, Heiser calls it, pitches Richards right. And that is going to be short of a first down.
Some nice gang tackling by the Lakers. Let's take a look at it.
It'll be Tom Sesty coming in and making the stop. Sesty is right there, as is Dan Allen. And that'll bring up 4th and about a foot. And we're going to see Chad Wilson into punt. Daisy will be back deep. He'll be back there along with Andy Boyd. Here's the Chad Wilson punt, and this is a high punt. Boyd will call for the fair catch at the 43.
Now there's a penalty there. I'm not so sure that he signaled for that fair catch properly. See what the officials have to say.
They spotted at the 43-yard line with 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And Marion leading it 14-0. That it is an invalid fair catch signal.
Well, you see, I think the rule book says that you have to hold up one arm and wave that one arm, and he was waving both arms, not extended. So I got a feeling that that perhaps is what they're calling.
Well, he was waving a little bit like he was a center fielder out there calling off the right fielder. He wanted the fly ball.
Exactly.
So this will be a penalty assessed on the kick. And this changes things a bit. The penalty goes against the Lakers, and it'll be an automatic first down for the Eagles. And Marion will have it at about the 31-yard line.
Well, if we interpreted that thing, situation properly, why, that's the first time I've ever seen that in a football game. Something new all the time. Good time to mention the Marion coaching staff, probably. Greg Mikulik and Todd Baker, Scott Bogner, and Wayne Partika, all on the staff of Tom Cutler, who, by the way, is the high school principal there. Double duty for him.
Well, Marion with new life now, just inside the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. From the I, here's the fullback. And it's Chad Wilson who maybe got a yard to the 31.5.
Well, that penalty was a big break for Marion. That was the first time they'd punted. We got a timeout on the field.
6:32 remaining here in the first half, and a timeout called by Marion, as Waterford will walk over to their bench on the far side of the field and talk things over with their head coach, Michael Boyd. 12 underclassmen on this Waterford team. Marion with 17, and there are several freshmen who are playing in this ball game today, or at least up for this ball game.
Well, I know that a lot of times the teams, when they get into the playoffs, will bring up some of the people from the JVs who either were on the JVs throughout the year or maybe they came up late in the year. And that's good experience for them, even if they don't get in the game very much, to be here and learn from it, because who knows, maybe a year or two down the road they'll be back.
Well, Waterford trails in this game right now. Our Lady of the Lakes, they've given up 165 points this season, so they've been able to be scored upon while scoring 297. Meantime, Marion has had quite a defensive season, only allowing opponents 57 points while scoring 381. It's a tip of the hat to both the offense and the defense for this maroon and white of the Eagles.
I broke that down a little bit and figured the averages a little to start the game. And Marion has scored about 32 points a ball game and only given up 5. On the other side, Waterford has averaged about 23 points a ball game, but given up a little bit more, 14 for an average. Here's Mike Boyd, Waterford coach.
Here comes Steve Heiser, the senior quarterback. He'll bring up his Eagles on 2nd and 9. And they'll go to Ross Richards, cutting outside, back inside to the 36-yard line. Just incredible strength there by Ross Richards, who was hit about the 34 and leaned forward for a couple of more.
Watch him come through here. Brian Zazula, I should say. Nice tackle from behind. Got some help.
See, Zazula doesn't want to give up his leg. He says, come on back here another yard. Ball at the 36-yard line. Or it'll be 3rd and 4. Wing back in the slot left. And here's the pitch. And here's McCrimmon coming near side. He'll try to turn the corner, and he does. He'll be close to a first down, but just short at the 40-yard line.
Well, they strung it out that time, and 24, Doug Daisy, who's a 5'8", 160-pound senior, finally made the tackle. We're going to get a look at it here. Watch how the defense strings this thing out. Makes him go a long ways to get very little.
Tom Sesty was giving chase.
Here comes Daisy.
And there's Daisy to finish it off, and just got him down right at about the 40-yard line. So it'll bring up 4th and about a foot again. Clock is moving at 5:14 to go here in the half. And they'll go for it. Wilson in close. Richards, the tailback, in the slot, the quarterback. Sneak, did he get it? Oh my goodness, what a stop by Steve O'Donnell, number 74. Let's see where they mark it. Short. I don't know if you can hear this crowd on the far side of the field, but they have just marked it short. And the blue, white, and gray of the Lakers, ecstatic over the call and the defensive play. Steve O'Donnell, what a nice play to grab a hold of Heiser and just bring him down after a gain of about a foot.
Well, the Lakers have tightened up their defense, and they made a nice stop here and have good field position. Got lots of time here to move the ball in and make this score close as we get into the halftime.
10-2 Lakers with the ball. They have a man in the slot to the left. And he's in motion to the right. Rock with a handoff. Daisy through the left side. Picks up a couple to about the 38-yard line. Coming up and making the stop is Wade Brock, number 55, for the Marion Eagles. 4:20 and the clock moving here in the first half. John Rock, a 5'11" senior, from the I formation. Split backs are Daisy and Wilson. Back to pass. Rock over the middle. Overshoots everybody. Intended receiver looked like it was Andy Boyd. They were also running a deep man. Scott Powers, the split end.
Well, it was a go for broke type pattern. Threw it deep. This young man can really throw the ball long, but it was not very accurate. We had 2 people open. The defense in pretty good position.
Rock quickly back from the sidelines to run in the play for Coach Mike Boyd. 3rd down. About 8 yards to go with 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. A little confusion on the line of scrimmage. Now they're all set. Power I, strong side left. Play action. Rock looking down the left for Boyd. And it's tipped and deflected incomplete. Nice defensive play. I'll tell you what, Keith Sheppers has not only been valuable out on the defense, he's also played well on the special teams. And you'll see him break this play up here.
Well, Sheppers has made a couple nice tackles to save him on kickoff returns, and now watch this. Pass defense, good position, up, contact, but he went for the ball, no problem.
4th down, ball at the 38-yard line. And the Lakers will punt it away. And this is a medium-type kick that hits it about the 8-yard line and is down at the 12. Ross Richards making the return.
Richards made a little dance there trying to decide which way to go. By that time, the defense caught up with him. Now with 3:44, Joe, let's see what Marion decides to do. They've got enough time to go all the way, but that's a long haul. Will they be conservative, or will they go with some open plays that will maybe get them some big gains and possibly another touchdown?
Eagles bring it up as the clock begins to move at 3:36 and counting. They'll run Chris McCrimmon as the tailback. The fullback is Chad Wilson. They'll give it to Wilson, and he is stopped. Nice hit on the outside. Dan Allen making the stop. He goes both ways. He's the tight end on offense. And you'll see him come right in here and just make the stop, shoot right through from the defensive end slot.
Well, that time Allen, who was playing defensive end most of the time, was able to shoot across and break up that play. Rather than to turn it in, he was able to get across there and stop it.
Pick up 2nd down and a long 10. From the eye, Heiser rolls to his right. Looks to air it out. Has his man wide open in the flat, Chad Wilson. And Wilson has a 1st down and then some to the 29-yard line.
And I think that's the first pass of the day for the Marion Eagles. Wide open.
29-yard line is where they'll mark it. And there you see Chad Wilson catching it and taking another 10. From the eye, slot left. Ross Richards in the slot. They'll play action. No, they will give it to McCrimmon, the tailback. Piled up in the middle of that line.
In that previous play, Joe, we need to give Andy Boyd credit. I had trouble finding the number and seeing it down there, but finally got a hold of it. It's number 12. He made a great save tackle there, because if he hadn't done that, it's very possible that would have been a touchdown.
Matt Cederlin came up and made the stop on the McCrimmon run on the last play, and with 2:12 and counting, it's 2nd and 7 for the Marion Eagles. Heiser will take the inside reverse. McCrimmon cuts back to the middle and has a 1st down at the 42-yard line. That's where McCrimmon is so dangerous. He lines up in that slot to the right, and they try that inside reverse, and it picked up big yardage.
I call it a counter play, but whatever you call it, it's a nice play, and it's something you set up with your other plays.
McCrimmon will be in that slot to the right. Out of the I formation, rolling right, Heiser being chased. He'll run, and he is hit and brought down by Brian Hernandez. Steve O'Donnell also chasing after Heiser. Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7. There you see big Brian Hernandez, 6 feet, 255 pounds of him, the senior. McCrimmon will be split out to the right. They'll run the twins over there and the man in the slot, and Heiser back in the pocket being rushed. And he is hit and brought down. Eric Tupa came from the blind side and really laid the hit on Steve Heiser, the quarterback.
Well, apparently he was hit hard enough as he was throwing the ball that he threw it into the turf. Incomplete. Very fortunate, because it could have been very easily been called a fumble or possibly tackled back there for a big loss.
Hernandez, the big defensive tackle, in on the sack and the incomplete pass. And now Richards in motion to the right. They'll run the twins. Heiser will pitch it out. Here's the old halfback option. They'll air it out long. They have Ross Richards at the 30. And now it's a foot race to the end zone, and Richards is going to win it. Touchdown, Marion. How about Chad Wilson on the halfback option? He shook a couple of tacklers and found Ross Richards. And then it was a foot race to the end zone, and you saw that speed of Richards just take it in. We'll take a look at it after the extra point.
You bet we will. That was quite a play. They flooded that area with 2 receivers down there, and we'll get a look at it. Great pass play. And that's really an important touchdown there for Marion, because now they're 3 TDs up instead of 2 going into halftime. Not much left, just less than a minute. They're in real good shape. They're going to try to kick it again.
The halfback option, and the touchdown makes it 20-0. Here's Wade Brock to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and this one is no good to the left. It's about the only thing that Marion hasn't done well today.
Let's take a look at this. Ooh, Wilson got hit in the backfield, and after he threw it also, nice catch, and look at him split the defense. 3 people, but there's no way they're going to catch him. He just got too much speed.
Well, Chris McCrimmon was down there as well. And boy, you can just see right now it's a foot race to the corner of the end zone, and Ross Richards will not be denied. 7 plays, 88 yards in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And Marion's on the board again. They lead it 20-0. Still 59 seconds left in the first half.
Let's mention the Waterford Our Lady of the Lakes assistant coaches here. Joe Setterlin, Melvin Noose, and Michael Formanek.
Well, the man who made that pass happen, Chad Wilson, number 42, will kick it off for Marion. And no, he will not. This will be an onside kick that will bounce, and it is fielded by, we'll wait until everybody unpiles. Ryan Ball was standing down there as the ball bounced over his head. It looks like Marion's on it. Otis Kidd was down there on top of it. We have a legal procedure called against Marion. They'll kick it over.
Well, we're going to assume that that was an intentional onside kick. However, the tee went further than the ball. I don't know if you noticed that. The tee went straight ahead about 20, 25 yards, and the ball was much shorter than that. But because of the procedure penalty, they're going to come back and kick it again.
Well, Daisy is back deep, and he is always a threat back there. Adam Wilson also back, and Jake Wolf. They are the 3 deep backs for the Lakers. Eagles to kick it off, and once again, Chad Wilson will put his foot into it. This time he will kick it. And it's going to be a high kick that Daisy will field at the 11. To the middle of the field, and he is hit and stood up and brought back down at the 27-yard line. Oh my, what a hit by Cade Prelip.
Just like hitting a wall. We're going to get a chance to take a look at that. Watch this hit.
He's running north and south. Unfortunately, Prelip's running the same way, opposite direction, and boom.
Oh,
hello.
Headache time.
I think they just had plans to maybe shake hands after the game, but Cade Prelip really laid a hit on Daisy. 27-yard line, I formation, back in the pocket, rock the pass. Looking over the middle. Pass is incomplete, thrown just a little bit behind Scott Powers.
Pretty good pass play.
Going to see John Rock is going to have a lot of time to throw this football.
Well, he's had time throughout the game, but hasn't always been totally accurate, and the defensive coverage by Marion has been quite good most of the time. But this time he was wide open. Powers, not quite able, is thrown just a little bit behind him.
33 seconds left in the half, out of the I formation, back to pass Rock. Same play, Powers is open over the middle, but Rock will scramble. This time he'll air it out, and he has his man Allen at the 43. He fumbles the football, and Marion's on it at the 33-yard line. And the Eagles will have it, 1st and 10. Coming up with a fumble recovery, Doug Hussett, number 79.
Now here we go. He goes to his favorite receiver, Dan Allen. Wide open. Good catch. Now watch what happens. He breaks one tackle and turns upfield.
Tries to switch hands with it, and I just think he loses the ball. As he cuts back, let's see, maybe a hand in there. Yep. Eric McLean stripped him of the ball. They'll run Ross Richards in motion to the right. Here's a little dump pass over the middle to the tight end. Tim Johns, the completion to about the 38-yard line, and that'll be the end of the first half of play. A lot of excitement on the field, but the only scoring put up on the board by Marion. They lead it by a score of 20-0 as we go into the locker room of the Michigan High School Athletic Association Class Double D football final. Marion leading Our Lady of the Lakes 20-zip. How we doing so far, guys?
Marching band, under the direction of Mark Johnson, led by Field Commander Andrea Fry, begins its halftime show with El Condor. The band features soloist Dan Hunt in Here's That Rainy Day. The Flag Corps is featured in the Paula Abdul hit, Cold Hearted, and the Hoyt Axton arrangement of Joy to the World. The band closes its halftime show with the school song.
A great way.
The band closes its halftime show with the school song.
A great way to relive the excitement of today's finals is by purchasing a souvenir program, t-shirt, or sweatshirt. They're sure to become collector's items, and they're on sale now on the concourse. Be a part of the games by buying an MHSAA souvenir shirt or program. The best high school football action in the state continues here at the Silver Dome today, with the Class AA game immediately following this contest at 1 p.m. between Redford Detroit Catholic Central and Detroit Martin Luther King. The 5 p.m. Class CC title game pits Muskegon Oak Ridge versus Detroit St. Martin de Porres. And the Class BB championship game at 8 p.m. will find Dowagiac facing Oxford. Tickets for today's evening session are on sale now at the Silverdome Advance Box Office. Substance abuse continues to be a challenge for our society. In our schools, a variety of activities exist as positive alternatives. Make your choice between athletics, music, and other co-curricular programs, and you'll be making the right choice.
Did they turn the lights on in here a little bit more, something up here, or have I just been dreaming? They turned some more lights on?
Well, it looks like it.
Doesn't it look like it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Cheerleader names.
Hello, NASA Control. Are you there? Houston, do you copy?
Breaker 19.
Hello back there. Anybody there? Where the cheerleader? Where's the list?
Oh, they're right here.
You got first half stats?
No.
All right.
First quarter only.
Let me read some names. You read those.
Okay.
The Dodu. Becky Kretsch. Becky Kretsch. Hello? Craig, you back there? Craig's editing in between halves of games here. Hey!
Yo.
Let me ask you something here. I know it's your show. I don't know. Is there any way to get a shot of the cheerleaders and give their names or anything like? Or are you doing anything like that? I've got them.
I love the way you said that.
What are we going to take it? 1:30 we're going to take it?
This Marion team's got a whole bunch of cheerleaders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The more names you throw out on the tape, the better they like it. We don't. They didn't bring us any yet. Okay.
All right, you want to wait on cheerleaders still in between quarters or something? Yeah. I tell you what. Why don't you cue us when you'd like us to do it? Good. Okay. We'll
Good.
keep that right over here.
Beautiful. I like that idea.
We're taking it at 1:30 here. Thank you. Do a nice job. And we welcome you back for the second half of the Michigan High School Athletic Association football playoffs, the state finals in Class Double D. Marion spent all their first half. They lead it over Our Lady of the Lakes Lakers 20-0. Joe Jason back with Norm Johnson. Sitting at about midfield here at the Pontiac Silverdome. We have a beautiful view right here in our front row seat, and we hope you do at home watching this as well. And it's been all Marion the first half, although Our Lady of the Lakes has played well in this ballgame.
Well, I think Marion's offense, with their power eye situation where they're able to move the ball up the field time and time again, and then all of a sudden toward the end they decided to put the ball in the air a couple times, and they were very successful with that. They are very strong offensively. Waterford, Our Lady of the Lakes, tightened up defensively there a little bit at times, but just wasn't able to cope with it. Also, we noticed that Waterford is going to have to throw the ball in order to be successful, and even though they did get a little bit going with the running game at times, the passing game seems to be the answer, so expect them to put it in the air this half.
Well, Rock is 2 of 8 for 39 yards, and his longest pass of the day was 23 in the first half. And meanwhile, Heiser's put up 3 passes, 2 completions for 22 yards. And so far for Marion, there have been 3 things that have happened for them positive in the first half. Richards, and Richards. Richards running it in from 22, from 5, and then that halfback option, which was the last score in the half that made it 20-0. What a nice pass from Chad Wilson, the fullback, running to his right, actually being hit, and then finding an open Ross Richards, who just cut from one side of the field diagonally across into the end zone, a foot race into the end zone.
Well, I think you mentioned Richards all right, and there's no question he's a good back, but let's not forget McCrinnan and Wilson, who are able to do some things to complement him, and also Heiser was able to throw the ball well a couple times.
Well, in rushing right now, Marion leads at 146 yards to just 54 for the Lakers. Only 7 yards in passing for Marion and 39 for the Lakers. So Marion will be receiving to start the second half, 20-0, the Lakers out front. Tom Cutler, the head coach of the Eagles. The Eagles coming in at 11-1. Waterford, Our Lady of the Lakes, at 10-2. Coach Mike Boyd leading the way for the blue, white, and gray of the Detroit Catholic C Division.
I notice a 13-3 first down advantage for Marion in that first half, too.
Kicking off Dan Allen. And that is over the head of Ross Richards. It'll go into the end zone. And it'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line, where Marion will have it 1st and 10 to start the second half. Joe Jason and Norm Johnson at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan for the Class Double D football finals. Michigan High School Athletic Association now with 2 days of football finals on the Friday and Saturday following Thanksgiving. And all decisions made to have 2 days of football. A great decision. This has been a packed house, really, for the communities all weekend long. Marion out of the I formation with a slot right. And here's the pitch to Richards around the right side. He'll be stopped by Allen at the 25-yard line. Actually, a host of white and gray jerseys coming over and making the tackle for the Lakers.
Well, Allen led the way, but he had lots of help to stop this. Quick pitch around in. Number 80 is Allen.
Joel Cutler was the pulling guard and really made the hole to start things off for Marion. A gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 4. Just underway in the second half, 11:28 and counting in the third quarter. This is Heiser, the 5'9 senior. Up over center, takes the snap, pitches left. McCrimmon up to the 31st down, and he is hit hard at the 31-yard line and driven back, but not before he has a Marion first down.
Officials timeout, I'm not
Boyd was
sure.
in on the stop. There may be a fumble. And there is. And it's going to be the Lakers' ball at the 30-yard line. Boyd is slow to get up. McCrimmon was hit and driven backwards. And it must have shook the ball loose. And Our Lady of the Lakes comes up with it, 1st and 10 at the Eagle 31.
Well, we couldn't see the fumble from here. It was quite a pile up there. They definitely came up with it. And boy, are they in good position to close the gap.
Scott Powers goes out split far side to the left. Boyd in the slot to the right. The split backs are Daisy and Wilson. And now Boyd in motion across to the left. Here's Wilson, nowhere. Number 79, Doug Hussett, the 5'9", 180-pound senior, makes the stick.
Great
and we'll
play.
see it right here.
Great play by Hussett. Watch him come through, 79. Broke down the blocking and made the stop all by himself.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up 2nd and 11. Powers split far side to the right. Tight end on the strong side right is Dan Allen, and Boyd in motion across to the left. Here's the fullback option, and running to the right is Rock, and he's brought down at the 30-yard line, gain of a couple. They play action to the first man through, and then Rock ran the option outside with Daisy trailing. He decided to turn it upfield and take it himself. 3rd and long. Clock ticking at 9:49 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 20-0 Marion with the lead. Waterford with the ball now, moving it at the Marion 30-yard line. Power eye, strong side to the right. Rock in the pocket. Looking for Allen down the right side. In the corner, he has it. They'll call it incomplete at the 1.
Right, I agree. He had 1 foot out of bounds down there at about the 1 or 2 yard line when he caught it. It's a good call by the officials. They were right on top of the play.
Pass goes incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down and 9 from the 30-yard line. We're going to see John Rock really had his sights set on Allen the whole time. And Allen just out of bounds at about the 1 yard line. In the slot to the left is Boyd. Back to pass, Rock. Airs it out, ball is picked off. Here goes Sheppers. He's being chased, 1 man to beat, and Rock brings him down at the 28. Keith Sheppers is making the mark defensively for the Marion Eagles in this ball game. And you're going to see right here, this pass just aired out, and Sheppers right there, Norm.
Well, you're right about Sheppers being the man on the spot. He several times today has been in the right position. Cut that pass off early. Wilson and Rock able to bring him down after a long return.
This Class Double D championship has been a highlight film for Sheppers so far, and there's 9:04 left in the 3rd quarter. From the I slot right, Heiser. Inside handoff. Say hello to Brian Hernandez, number 77, as the fullback Chad Wilson went nowhere. .8:47 and it rolling here in the 3rd quarter. 20-0 Marion with the ball, and they are deep in Laker country at the 26. They'll run a double tight end, slot right. Heiser with a snap. Here's the inside reverse, and McCrimmon across the 20 to the 18.
Now they bring him back on what I call a counter play, Joe. Fills a hole. Nice gain.
Alex Stack slowed him up for Andy Boyd to finish him off. Gain of 9 brings up 3rd down and about 1. From the eye. Wilson in close. Richards the tailback. Richards the pitch. Cuts back inside. Close to a 1st down at around the 16.
And he ran right into Andy Boyd. We have an injured player.
Brian Hernandez down on the field, and I believe he was down earlier in the ball game as well. Here's the pitch, and Richards cutting back inside and now just putting his head down. He needs a yard, and the only way he knows how, just to put that helmet down and try to lunge forward.
Well, Boyd made a nice stop on him. Let's hope this is not too serious of an injury out there.
.746 to go here in the third quarter of play.
Here's the Marion cheerleaders, Joe. Kim Hendricks, Amanda Grandy, Courtney Salisbury, Wendy Bigford, Danielle Betton, Jenny Damari, Angela Lloyd, Sherry Bell, and Julie Depew.
Take a look at the Waterford cheerleaders over here. Gina Ferranti, Kim Kendall, Heidi Theodotou, Angel Longdeck, Lisa Koffel, Sherry Logsden I should say, and Becky Kretsch.
And those people put in an awful lot of time in preparing for this, and what a thrill it is for them to cheer in the Silverdome.
Hernandez comes off the field. Looks like he'll be all right from the I formation. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line for Marion. Richards split left. Here's the give to McCrimmon around the outside. And we have got a flag on the play. 3 white jerseys and McCrimmon at about the 13-yard line, and we'll wait for the call.
Well, 3 people around him over there. A lot of times that'll be a face mask. What do they call?
Kelly Fortin was in on the stop. Flag down at around the 15-yard line. Here comes Carl Newingham, and he'll give the signal.
Now it's against Marion, so it's a holding call.
So holding against the Eagles will back it up. And instead of it being 2nd down and about 8 yards to go, it'll be 1st and, well, we'll call it about 19. Ball back at the 25-yard line. .727 and the clock ticks away here in the third quarter. 20-0 Marion. They have the football. From the eye, Heiser pitches. Here's a reverse. And here's McCrimmon to the near side, being chased and being brought down at the 23-yard line. A lot of running east and west, a lot of yards, but unfortunately not north and south. Hand off to Richards and the reverse to McCrimmon.
It looks like he's going to get a big gain here. However, the Waterford defense tightens up. Number 36, Matt Cederlin. He's a sophomore. And here comes 25, Alex Stack.
5'7" junior in on the stop. Got another injured player on the field as well for Waterford.
Taking a look at an ankle down there. I can't see the number of the young man.
It does look like Stack down there. 20-0 Marion with a lead and 7:06 to go in the third quarter. And the clock is stopped. We see a couple of the lovely fans here at the Pontiac Silverdome, and there are a lot of people here today, and all the towns, communities, villages, counties. They have been well represented for the Michigan High School Athletic Association football finals.
Marion is a small community just north of Mount Pleasant. Got 210 people in their high school. And we were talking to some people about maybe they had a few hundred in the village or city limits there, but they were figuring on having maybe a couple thousand people here to watch this ball game. So the outlying areas got in. Waterford, on the other hand, of course, is just down the road here from the Silverdome.
They say Marion in the village proper, about 800 people. So 2,000 expected, and maybe even more here today as Stack gets up and is helped off the field a little bit. Hopefully he'll be all right and return to the ball game. It's a nice hand from the Marion fans as well.
Yeah, he's played a real nice football game, so let's hope that they can get him back out there. They need him.
There's an interested fan taking a little break during the injury here to finish up an early Christmas present.
Well, you can do 2 things at once, you know.
Ball will be at the 23-yard line now as play will resume. They will start at the clock at 7:06, and it starts to wind down now. The I formation, Wilson will be in close, Richards the tailback, and McCrimmon in the slot right. And we're going to have offsides. John McCarthy jumped too soon on the right side of that defensive line. That'll cost him 5. So instead of second and long, about 18, it'll bring up second down, about 13 yards to go for the first.
And that's a big 5 yards because it moves them a little bit closer to potentially getting that first down and eventually the touchdown. You know, Marion hasn't scored yet, but they keep the ball with the clock running here, and it's just like playing keep away from Waterford.
McCrimmon will come out of the huddle. He'll be split way to the right. Heiser from the I. Here's the give to the fullback. Still on his feet to the 11-yard line. Chad Wilson, the ball carrier, and Jake Wolf coming up for Waterford to make the stop.
Watch this quick hitter. Quick opener. He breaks a couple tackles. Wolf, a 5'9" senior, 160 pounds, does the job.
That is an excellent play, especially for the fullback if he can get through that interior line. And when the quarterback spins and looks like he's going to pitch and roll out, the linebackers have to freeze. From the I formation, Heiser will pitch. Richards cuts back inside, and he's going to be brought down at about the 12-yard line. And that will be just short of the first down. I believe Marion in 4-down territory with a 20-0 lead at the, we'll call it the 7-yard line. 4th and about 1.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the call is here. They'd love to get that first down and work their way into that end zone. Waterford, Our Lady of the Lakes, needs a big play right now. If they intend to stay in this ball game, they need to make a stop right here.
5:37 to go here in the third quarter, 20-0. Marion with a football in the lead. Double tight end, strong side to the left with a man in the slot. Up, and now we've got Rob Hopkins, number 71, jumping off for Marion. And they'll back that up 5 yards, and that's going to change the play selection.
And that gives that 5 yards right back and puts the pressure on Marion now.
I believe that Tom Cutler wants a timeout. He was ready to come onto the field, and they do call timeout now. So Marion will call timeout. Clock is stopped at 5 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And Marion out front of Our Lady of the Lakes, 20-0. Okay, how we doing? Sure. No problem. You let us know, guy. Fourth down and 6 yards to go. Ball at the 12-yard line. As Marion will obviously go for it in 4-down territory here as Coach Michael Boyd gets done with his defensive unit. They're back out onto the field. Marion will come out of the huddle. They will have McCrimmon as the tailback behind Chad Wilson. And Ross Richards is split to the left. 4th and 6. Here's Heiser with a long count. Fumbled the snap momentarily. Airs it out for Richards in the end zone. He has it. What a catch. Oh, he did a bobble. Daisy was on the play on defending the play. And Ross Richards made a circus catch, bobbled it once, and grabbed it as he was falling backward. And there's some celebration in the end zone for the Eagles.
Here they come back now. They just remember they've got an extra point to try for. We'll get a chance here to see that play after the extra point because that was an outstanding catch. Young man, apparently came down with his feet inbounds, the official right on top of the play, and then fell out of bounds.
Richards has his 4th touchdown of the day. And it's 26-0 Marion. Wade Brock to attempt the extra point. He's been unsuccessful so far in 2 tries. This one's up. A line drive is good. Wade Brock makes it 27-0 Marion. We're going to take a look at this touchdown. Going to see Heiser with a lot of composure here. First of all, he looked like he almost fumbled the snap, and he's back in the pocket. Now he's got his eyes on Richards.
Well, there's no question he's looking for Richards all the way. Here's the pass, and watch this. Great catch coming up.
You can see Daisy on the coverage, too. He's right there stride for stride. But Richards sees the ball and comes back.
Well, that's the big thing. Richards saw the ball.
Hey, you hear the crowd. They saw the replay as well here at the Silverdome.
He came back and saw the ball, whereas Daisy had his back to it.
Class Double D final. Marion over Our Lady of the Lakes, 27-0. Still 5:12 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And here's a high short kick by Chad Wilson that will bounce at the 22 and is fielded at the 26 to the 30, up to the 40-yard line. Adam Wilson is brought down out of bounds on the far side of the field. And the Lakers will bring it up 1st and 10. .503 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
And it's just been pointed out to us that Mr. Richards has just set a record for the most points scored. Jim Steinman from Gobles against Crystal Falls Forest Park back in 1984 had the record of 23.
Man in motion to the right is Boyd. Here's the quarterback sneak, and Rock will pick up 5 yards to the 46-yard line. Well, Richards has scored points. I should say he has scored his 24th point of this game to break that record, and congratulations to him. Quite an individual performance. Here's the quarterback sneak, and Rock really probably just calling that out from the line of scrimmage. Saw it, center was open, decided to take it. Boyd in motion across to the right, near side. Here's the counter, left side Daisy. Oh, he's stacked up. Looked like he had some room, and then the maroon and white jerseys came over and said hello. Tim Johns, number 82, coming up and making the stop. We'll see Tim Johns just fight his blocker off the whole time and finally make the tackle.
And he had lots of help. Look at the maroon shirts come in there and help. Team tackling, that's a very, very important part of defense.
Chad Wilson, Eric McLean also went on the stop. 3rd down, about 3 yards to go from the 47-yard line. Lakers need to get on the board. 3:58 and ticking in the 3rd quarter. Boyd again in motion near side. Play action, and Rock will roll. To the 50, dives to the 49-yard line. That is going to be a 1st down.
Well, he sent 3 people deep on that one. He rolled out to the right. Here he comes. And I'm not so sure that he intended to pass that ball. He really was looking to run all the way.
.341 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Rock just diving for that extra yard to pick up the 1st. Here's the senior signal caller up there with a power eye, strong side to the right. And here's play action. He'll roll, and he'll be brought down after no gain. Sheppers came up and made the hit. Ryan Zazula also went on the tackle.
There's the option, but again, I think he intended to keep the ball all the time. You can see Sheppard's had lots of help.
Boyd will come out of the ball game. Scott Powers will come near side of the field, split out to the right. Jake Wolf is in the slot, now in motion left. Rock has time. He's hit as he throws. Wolf has it, completed pass at the 43-yard line, but short of the 1st down. Steve Heiser made the stop, coming up for the defensive back.
Well, watch this pass on the replay. Got hit just after he released the ball. It's a clean hit. Nice reception.
(27-0) Marion leads it, but Waterford is driving. Scott Powers split to the right on 3rd and 6. Rock back to pass. Being rushed, airs it out high. Nice catch by Allen at the 30-yard line. Dan Allen, 6'3", needed all of his height to go high for that one. And the completed pass brings up a first down. Here's Rock in some trouble.
And Allen, who caught 48 passes during the season, right there. He gets up in the air real well, catches the ball, and he attracts a crowd out there. They definitely are keeping 2 people close to him at all times.
Powers comes out split to the right, the I formation. Back in the pocket is Rock. Airs it out, has Powers at the 15, complete. And another first down as Our Lady of the Lake starts to move the ball via the airwaves. You're going to see Rock again with a lot of time to throw.
Well, it looks to me like Rock is starting to get into a groove now, and he's hitting people in the seams in between the defense. Nice tackle.
That was McCrimmon who made the initial hit. Jake Wolf comes out of the huddle, split right. Powers split out to the right, Wolf to the left. They're looking Wolf all the way. Pump fake, Rock will run to the 10-yard line. A la John Elway there. Pump faking and then taking off with it.
Rock ran the ball 115 times during the season, so there's a lot of times where he appears to be thinking run first. Pass patterns, but run first, and that's what I think happened here. He sends people deep and then looks for the openings where he can gain yardage.
He was telegraphing Wolf the entire way, looking at him all the way into the corner of the end zone after the snap. It'll be 2nd down along 5. Boyd in motion to the left. And here's the give. And Adam Wilson goes nowhere.
You know, the whole line was in there on that tackle, just like hitting a wall.
Tim Johns again coming up, 6'4", 170. No gain brings up 3rd and 5. Down to 8 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. And time is going to expire. It's the Michigan High School Athletic Association football finals in Class BB. And it's the Marion Eagles out front of the Lakers of Our Lady of the Lakes, 27-0. Teams will switch sides, and Our Lady of the Lakes, they'll try to move it in the end zone. They've got a 3rd and 5 coming up, and this is probably the deepest drive they've had all game.
And it's a real important drive for the Lakers, because they're in a situation where they will have trouble winning this football game at this point, because they've got to put so many scores on the board against this tough Marion defense. However, to score here right now will get them up a little bit, and maybe they can do it again, you know, and they want to make a good showing in the state finals.
Ball will be marked inside the 10-yard line at about the 9.5. 3rd and a long 4, we'll call it, as we get set for the last 12 minutes of play here at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. Sure, there are many people here at this ballgame who have never seen the Pontiac Silverdome. A lot of teams like to get out here early, take a walk around, so they're not in awe when they first come out onto the field. Rock, busted play, he will run with it, and he's going to be short of the first down. Ran into his own man, Adam Wilson, and wound up having to just take it and eat it, and he got about a yard.
Well, he likes to run that option play. It's kind of a keeper off that right side, just off the right tackle, and head upfield. That time he's not able to get enough. Now they got 4th down and a crucial play here if they're going to score. They've absolutely got to have about 5 yards or a little bit more.
Mike Boyd yelling in the instructions to Rock. And now the Marion defense asking for a little support from the Eagle crowd, and they're getting it. Rock on 4th down and 4. Back to pass on the play action. On the slant looking for Boyd. He's got it. Did he catch it? No. Broken up. Boyd had it. And Eric McLean was there. And Boyd is hurt on the turf. But what a throw by Rock right into traffic, and Boyd had it, but boy, was he stuck at about the 1 yard line.
Well, you can see he almost made a good catch, but when he was hit, it jarred it loose. He was not able to hang on to it. You get hit by 3 people and you won't hang on to it either. Great defensive play.
That was Heiser who came in and made the hit that shook the ball loose. Boyd is still down on the field. 11:09 remaining here in this football game. 27-0, Marion with the lead, and they'll have the ball as the Lakers have turned it over on downs. Ball will be at the 8 yard line.
Well, as you look back to the stats that we had to starting the game and so forth, and looking at these teams, the scouting reports and so on, it's pretty obvious that this Marion Eagles team has both the offense and the defense that it takes to be here. And unless they really fold completely, they're on their way to a state championship.
As a young Eagle fan, got that Eagle bib on too.
There we go.
Some of the Marion faithful, or some of the Waterford faithful, I should say. Now Boyd is up, and he'll walk off the field with limited assistance. A little disappointment probably, as well as the frustration of not catching the football for the first down. Hopefully he'll be all right and back in this ball game before it's over. 11:09 remaining in the fourth quarter. Eagles will bring it up with Doug Hussett, the senior. He's the center. Number 79, the 5'9", 180-pounder. Heiser takes the snap and will hand it off right up the gut. Fumble. And we'll wait and see if they whistle it dead, or they'll say that Waterford has the ball. Our Lady of the Lake celebrating. And they have it. Let's see exactly what happened. You'll see the handoff to the fullback, and he'll hit the line, and whether or not he even had the ball, it's hard to tell.
Well, they stacked up the blocking right from the very beginning. We're unable to see exactly what happened, whether he dropped it or whether it was knocked out by somebody.
Here it's going to come loose. I believe Dan Allen made the play. Back to live action. Here's the pitch, and in the end zone? Yes. Touchdown for Doug Daisy around the right side. Well, it's going to be hard to shut Daisy out for an entire game of football. He just took it around right end and punched it home.
And that'll do the Lakers a lot of good. They were able to come right back after not getting that first down and that tough incomplete pass over there. They were able to get the ball into the end zone, get on the scoreboard. Now we've got an extra point attempt.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. Mike LaFontaine with the extra point. And at 10:29 of the fourth quarter, it's 27-7 Marion leading Our Lady of the Lakes here at the Pontiac Silverdome. Well, we'll be interested to see if Our Lady of the Lakes has a little confidence here and might try the onside kick. Just 10:29 left, and they need a few more scores.
Well, with 10:29 left and you're down 20 points, you have to go for it right now and try to get another one and get it quick. And then you're in the ball game. Anything can happen.
One play, 7 yards, 22 seconds ticked off the clock. And the Lakers put one up on the board, and the extra point by LaFontaine good. It's 27-7. Marion leads it. They'll be receiving. Shepard's back deep, along with Chad Wilson. Dan Allen to kick off. And this is an onside kick that will bounce and is picked up. 38-yard line is where it's brought to. Jeff Hall, the return man for Marion. Jeff Hall, normally a fullback. He's a 6-foot junior, 175 pounds. Covered that nicely, and Marion will have it just shy of the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. 10:22 remaining here in the football game.
Look for Marion to go right back to the basics now. Their basic offensive movements. Try to take some time off the clock.
McCrimmon in the slot right. Wilson in close, and Richards the tailback, and they will give it to Wilson, the fullback. Maybe a yard to the 40-yard line. John McCarthy in on the stop.
Kelly Fortin right there also.
That defensive line of Allen, O'Donnell, Zazula, Hernandez, and Tupa have done a nice job for the Lakers today. Gain of 1 brings up 2nd and 9 with 9:40 and the clock moving. Here's the snap and the pitch to Richards. Cuts back inside. Maybe another 3 to the 43-yard line before he's brought down. Doug Daisy in on the stop.
Marion continues to just take their time getting back to the huddle, keep the clock going.
9:08 and the clock ticking. Becoming a friend of Marion with every second. From the eye on 3rd and 6. Heiser with a long count. Pitches back to Richards. Richards still on his feet, driving close to that first down. Daisy around the ankles made the stop along with Kelly Fortin. And also Jeff Wolf was in on the stop. We'll take a look at it again. This is nothing but just a quick pitch and a draw by the tailback. There's a good 2nd and 3rd effort, Norm.
Stopped by Jake Wolf and other people, and that is a first down.
1st and 10 for Marion as the clock continues to move now at 8:45. 27-7 is the score. Marion with the lead. Heiser will bring his 11-1 maroon and white Eagles up to the line of scrimmage. Here's the draw, and McCrimmon fumbles the football. Mike LaFontaine was down there. Let's see if he's on it. That ball will belong to Our Lady of the Lakes at the 49-yard line.
Well, he just barely fumbled that before he hit the ground. It's a good call. We're going to take a good look at it here. He's going to be hit, and he just loses the ball before he hits the ground. Right in there. Adam Wilson, man that made the tackle and caused the fumble. And it's recovered by Mike LaFontaine.
From the I formation, here's Rock now. Waterford with the ball and Wolf in motion. Rock with a 2-step drop, has his man Cutler, and he has a first down to the 36-yard line. Check that, Scott Powers.
Scott Powers. He's a 6-foot, 180-pound senior. Made a nice cut from his wide position. Wide open. The Marion defense will play back just a little bit now and try to kind of play containment defense here.
The last Marion fumble turned into a Doug Daisy touchdown. Back in the pocket, Rock pumps once, pumps twice, rushed out of the pocket, and he will be downed at the 39-yard line. Doug Hussett, the 5'9 senior, 180-pounder, coming up from behind to grab Rock around the ankles.
Interesting play. They ran Scott Powers the same play, a slant in, pump fake to him one time, and then Powers took off down the field. He was open. However, quarterback was in a tough position. Rock, he could not get out of it. He had to eat it.
39-yard line brings up 2nd and 13. Clock moving at 7:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. Powers split left, double tight ends. No, they'll move Boyd in motion to the right. 3-step drop, now back in the pocket, rolling right is Rock. Looking downfield, he'll tuck it away, and he is brought down at the 37-yard line as Heiser came up and made a beautiful tackle on the open field.
Well, look at him drop back here and then roll to the right, and Heiser comes up. Great tackle. Heiser's the quarterback. He also plays great defense. We've got an injury on the field.
Looks like that's Joel Cutler down on the field at about the 43-yard line. Clock is stopped at 6:57 to go.
You know, Waterford Our Lady of the Lakes really does a nice job with a passing attack. This Marion defense is strong as defenders against the pass, but you can tell that the passing attack has been pretty important to the Lakers this year by the way they run their patterns and they drop back, and they've also got some pretty nice blocking in the front line.
Joel Cutler comes off the field.
Comes off under his own power, so he'll be back in there, I'm sure.
By the way, those Ross Richards 4 touchdowns, that's a state record for any class in a state championship game. So congratulations to Ross Richards. 4 touchdowns in this ball game, and it's 27-7 Marion. They lead Waterford Our Lady of the Lakes, but the Lakers have the ball on 3rd and 12. One lone setback, and Rock deep in the pocket. Being rushed, he'll have to run. And he is brought down hard at the 47-yard line. Cade Prelip making the hit. We saw him put a hit on Daisy earlier in the ball game, and he just leveled Rock. You see, Rock doesn't have too much time at all. He has to rush out of the pocket real fast.
Well, he got all kinds of pressure.
Looks like he's almost going to turn it into something here.
Look out.
But there's Caleb.
He tried cut back the other way, and there's just nowhere to go.
Cade Prelip, I should say. 47-yard line, 4th and a mile. And they will go for it. 4th down, 21 yards to go. Split backs, twins to the right. Rock in the pocket. They'll set up the inside screen, and the pass is incomplete. My goodness. Wade Brock had that one sniffed out.
Well, that was a situation where they had 3 receivers on the right side. They sent 2 people deep, and they tried to set up a little screen pass there. But everybody stayed to home and stopped it cold.
Adam Wilson was the intended receiver. The pass went incomplete. And now with 5:49 to go in the football game, Marion will have it 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. The Maroon and White Eagles coming into this ball game at 11-1 under Coach Tom Cutler. Doug Hussett up over center. And here's the draw. McCrimmon still on his feet to the 35. Daisy in on the stop along with LaFontaine, but not before a big gain.
Quick opener. Power play, power football. That's what you want when you're trying to run the clock down and win a football game. And he's going to drag people along here. Matt Cederlin, Mike LaFontaine in on a tackle.
Let's give some credit to Mark Bonico, too, who just laid a lick on one of the Waterford players and opened that hole for another 10 yards. Power eye, strong side to the left. The wingback is Richards. They'll give it to McCrimmon, and he has maybe a yard. Brian Zazula coming up and making the stop. Also went on the bottom of the pile is David Brightshoe, number 10. Brian Hernandez also went on the stop for Our Lady of the Lakes.
And the clock keeps ticking. It's just under 5 minutes now, and that's what Marion wants. You just keep taking your time, run power football, try to get that 1st down.
3-back offense, double tight end. Heiser calls it out. Counter inside. Richards wide open, 25. Spinning, 15, 1st down.
Well, Ryan Ritter finally caught him, and he got some help. What a nice run. We're going to take a look at it here, Joe. A quick hitter off the right tackle. He breaks tackles real well. There's 2.
And he'll spin right here and gain a couple more.
Look at that strength. 3 people after you, and he still is going to gain another 5-6 yards.
From the power I formation, here's the give to McCrimmon off the left side, still on his feet to the 7-yard line. Gain of about 8 or 9. Finally brought down by Jake Wolf, number 31. And that'll bring up second and short.
Well, Marion not only is attempting to hang on to the football here right now and run the clock down, but they can smell the end zone.
3:53 and the clock continues to run here at the Pontiac Silverdome. Power I, strong side to the right. Heiser on the draw, Richards. First down to the 3. We'll see if they give the ball again to Mr. Richards. You just see this, here's 2 backs and here's my tailback and I'm gonna run it right behind him.
He made a little move to the right off the blocks there. And Brian Zazula was there to make the stop.
First and goal. Wilson in close, Richards the tailback. And here's the give to Wilson, and is he close? He is in, touchdown. Chad Wilson on the 3-yard drive for the score.
And these Marion people are really happy. They're right in front of us here. Not much doubt about what's happened here today. Their power football has really paid off.
Chad Wilson's just a junior. He's going to be back next year. Boy, he's a good one. Wade Brock will attempt the extra point. Good snap, kick is up, and it is no good. To the left.
Take a look at that touchdown here.
Following McCrimmon, he really made a nice block to open the hole.
Just barely across the line.
Well, no matter if you make it by a foot or 5 yards, it's still 6 points. And Marion out front of Our Lady of the Lakes in the fourth quarter, 33-7. Just 3:07 remaining. 2:47 that drive took, 6 plays, 53 yards on the drive for the Eagles. We're here at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan for the Class D Michigan High School Athletic Association football finals. And Waterford, Our Lady of the Lakes, trailing with 3:07 to go. And they'll get another crack at it. Chad Wilson to kick it off for the Eagles. And here's a high end over end kick that Adam Wilson will field. Ball is fumbled and picked up by Wolf. And he's brought down at the 16-yard line. Wade Smith for Marion making the tackle along with Eric Scott. So Waterford will bring it out again with John Rock, the senior quarterback.
They've got a long ways to go, and they have to put the ball in the air. Their backs are to the wall, so it's going to be tough. Marion can back off, play a little more prevent defense here, give up some yardage, bend but don't break.
Waterford, a young team, 12 underclassmen. There are a lot of seniors here on this team as well. Strong side to the right out of the I formation, a little slant in. They've got their man completed pass, Scott Powers. And he's brought down across the 25-yard line at about the 27. And depending on where they mark it, I believe he has a first down.
Now don't be surprised if they come back to him. There's no huddle now. They're trying to hurry things up, conserve time.
There's a little slant in. And Powers with a reception. Good spin. You see, still on his feet. There's his strength. Now back to live action. Pump fake once. Rock will roll. And he is going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Number 27, Tim Hutchinson, a 5'9" senior defensive back, coming in and making the stop.
A good pass rush because he had people open. In fact, Powers was open over here on the left side. Another situation without a huddle, so here we go, Joe.
Bill Campbell hurries off the field for Marion. Rock out of the pocket. Airs it out over the middle. Dan Allen, completed pass at the 36. Nice catch in traffic by Allen. Diving across the middle of the field and making the catch. And now we've got a timeout on the field. Minute 35 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Let's take a look at the Dan Allen reception. You're going to see right here, Rock is in a little bit of trouble, Norm. He's going to be rushed out of the pocket, and then he plants his feet well and makes a nice throw.
Going out of the pocket right now. This ball is going to be thrown quite low, but he catches it by diving for it.
Nice strong arm by Rock.
For this catch. That's not easy to do. You really got to concentrate on the ball.
Third down and about 1. Waterford coming back from the far side. Huddling with Coach Mike Boyd.
There's some disappointed, but I'm sure very, very proud Waterford fans.
1:35 remaining here in the football game. Here's Rock calling it out, straight back in the pocket. Under the rush, the ball was deflected. We'll wait and see who that is. Either it might be Eric Scott again, who deflected that pass. But it goes incomplete and brings up 4th down and a yard. Even though the clock is stopped, Our Lady of the Lakes goes without the huddle. 4th and 1. The quarterback will take it, and Rock is close. I don't know.
He might not have gotten it.
That's going to be short. Rich Pickett, I believe, in on the stop.
I think they're going to measure it. It's just so close and too crucial to not measure it. These officials have just done an outstanding job today. This ball game has been under control all the way. Very few flags, communicating with the players very well, and that's what it's all about.
It's short. Marion will have it. With 1:25 to go in the football game, the Lakers turn it over on downs. And the Marion Eagles will have the football and the last 1:25 of the clock to run.
And all Marion's got to do now is just run the clock down. Very excited group over here on the sidelines, the fans and the players right in front of them. Quite a year they've had.
Standing is 1. Marion, village proper, about 800 people. They brought over 2,000 to the Silverdome to see their Eagles win the Class Double D State Championship. 1:05 and the clock is ticking. Handoff to the tailback. Tim Hutchinson, good gainer to the 29-yard line as Wade Smith is now in at quarterback for the Marion Eagles.
Just your basic, very safe. Left, and you're down 20 points. You have to go for it right now and try to get another one and get it quick, and then you're in the ball game. Anything can happen.
1 play, 7 yards, 22 seconds ticked off the clock. And the Lakers put one up on the board, and the extra point by LaFontaine good. It's 27-7. Marion leads it. They'll be receiving. Shepard's back deep, along with Chad Wilson. Dan Allen to kick off. And this is an onside kick that will bounce and is picked up. 38-yard line is where it's brought to. Jeff Hall, the return man for Marion. Jeff Hall, normally a fullback. He's a 6-foot junior, 175 pounds. Covered that nicely, and Marion will have it just shy of the 39-yard line. 1st and 10. 10:22 remaining here in the football game.
Look for Marion to go right back to the basics now. Their basic offensive movements. Try to take some time off the clock.
McCrimmon in the slot right. Wilson in close, and Richards the tailback, and they will give it to Wilson, the fullback. Maybe a yard to the 40-yard line. John McCarthy in on the stop.
Kelly Fortin right there also.
That defensive line of Allen, O'Donnell, Zazula, Hernandez, and Tupa have done a nice job for the Lakers today. Gain of 1 brings up 2nd and 9 with 9:40 and the clock moving. Here's the snap and the pitch to Richards. Cuts back inside. Maybe another 3 to the 43-yard line before he's brought down. Doug Daisy in on the stop.
Marion continues to just take their time getting back to the huddle, keep the clock going. .908 and the clock ticking.
Becoming a friend of Marion with every second. From the eye on 3rd and 6. Heiser with a long count. Pitches back to Richards. Richards still on his feet, driving close to that first down. Daisy around the ankles made the stop along with Kelly Fortin. And also Jeff Wolf was in on the stop. We'll take a look at it again. This is nothing but just a quick pitch and a draw by the tailback. There's a good 2nd and 3rd effort, Norm.
Stopped by Jake Wolf and other people, and that is a first down.
1st and 10 for Marion as the clock continues to move now at 8:45. 27-7 is the score. Marion with the lead. Heiser will bring his 11-1 maroon and white Eagles up to the line of scrimmage. Here's the draw, and McCrimmon fumbles the football. Mike LaFontaine was down there. Let's see if he's on it. That ball will belong to Our Lady of the Lakes at the 49-yard line.
Well, he just barely fumbled that before he hit the ground. It's a good call. We're going to take a good look at it here. He's going to be hit, and he just loses the ball before he hits the ground. Right in there. Adam Wilson, man that made the tackle and caused the fumble. And it's recovered by Mike LaFontaine.
From the I formation, here's Rock now. Waterford with the ball and Wolf in motion. Rock with a 2-step drop, has his man Cutler, and he has a first down to the 36-yard line. Check that, Scott Powers.
Scott Powers. He's a 6 foot, 180-pound senior. Made a nice cut from his wide position. Wide open. The Marion defense will play back just a little bit now and try to kind of play containment defense here.
The last Marion fumble turned into a Doug Daisy touchdown. Back in the pocket, Rock pumps once, pumps twice, rushed out of the pocket, and he will be downed at the 39-yard line. Doug Hussett, the 5'9 senior, 180-pounder, coming up from behind to grab Rock around the ankles.
Interesting play. They ran Scott Powers the same play, a slant in, pump fake to him one time, and then Powers took off down the field. He was open. However, quarterback was in a tough position. Rock, he could not get out of it. He had to eat it.
39-yard line brings up 2nd and 13. Clock moving at 7:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. Powers split left, double tight ends. No, they'll move Boyd in motion to the right. 3-step drop, now back in the pocket, rolling right is Rock. Looking downfield, he'll tuck it away, and he is brought down at the 37-yard line as Heiser came up and made a beautiful tackle on the open field.
Well, look at him drop back here and then roll to the right, and Heiser comes up. Great tackle. Heiser's the quarterback. He also plays great defense. We've got an injury on the field.
Looks like that's Joel Cutler down on the field at about the 43-yard line. Clock is stopped at 6:57 to go.
You know, Waterford Our Lady of the Lakes really does a nice job with a passing attack. This Marion defense is strong as defenders against the pass, but you can tell that the passing attack has been pretty important to the Lakers this year by the way they run their patterns and they drop back, and they've also got some pretty nice blocking in the front line.
Joel Cutler comes off the field.
Comes off under his own power, so he'll be back in there, I'm sure.
By the way, those Ross Richards 4 touchdowns, that's a state record for any class in a state championship game. So congratulations to Ross Richards. 4 touchdowns in this ball game, and it's 27-7 Marion. They lead Waterford Our Lady of the Lakes, but the Lakers have the ball on 3rd and 12. One lone setback, and Rock deep in the pocket. Being rushed, he'll have to run. And he is brought down hard at the 47-yard line. Cade Prelip making the hit. We saw him put a hit on Daisy earlier in the ball game, and he just leveled Rock. You see, Rock doesn't have too much time at all. He has to rush out of the pocket real fast.
Well, he got all kinds of pressure.
Looks like he's almost going to turn it into something here.
Look out.
But there's Caleb.
He tried to cut back the other way, and there's just nowhere to go.
Cade Prelip, I should say. 47-yard line, 4th and a mile. And they will go for it. 4th down, 21 yards to go. Split backs, twins to the right. Rock in the pocket. They'll set up the inside screen, and the pass is incomplete. My goodness. Wade Brock had that one sniffed out.
Well, that was a situation where they had 3 receivers on the right side. They sent 2 people deep, and they tried to set up a little screen pass there. But everybody stayed to home and stopped it for him.
Adam Wilson was the intended receiver. The pass went incomplete. And now with 5:49 to go in the football game, Marion will have it 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. The Maroon and White Eagles coming into this ball game at 11-1 under Coach Tom Cutler. Doug Hussett up over center. And here's the draw. McCrimmon still on his feet to the 35. Daisy in on the stop along with LaFontaine, but not before a big gain.
Quick opener, power play, power football. That's what you want when you're trying to run the clock down and win a football game. And he's going to drag people along here. Matt Cederlin, Mike LaFontaine in on a tackle.
Let's give some credit to Mark Bonico, too, who just laid a lick on one of the Waterford players and opened that hole for another 10 yards. Power eye, strong side to the left. The wingback is Richards. They'll give it to McCrimmon, and he has maybe a yard. Brian Zazula coming up and making the stop. Also went on the bottom of the pile is David Brightshoe, number 10. Brian Hernandez also went on the stop for Our Lady of the Lakes.
And the clock keeps ticking. It's just under 5 minutes now, and that's what Marion wants. You just keep taking your time, run power football, try to get that 1st down.
3-back offense, double tight end. Heiser calls it out. Counter inside. Richards wide open, 25. Spinning, 15, 1st down.
Now, Ryan Ritter finally caught him, and he got some help. What a nice run. We're going to take a look at it here, Joe. A quick hitter off the right tackle. He breaks tackles real well. There's 2.
And he'll spin right here and gain a couple more.
Look at that strength. 3 people after you, and he still is going to gain another 5-6 yards.
From the power I formation, here's the give to McCrimmon off the left side, still on his feet to the 7-yard line. Gain of about 8 or 9. Finally brought down by Jake Wolf, number 31. And that'll bring up 2nd and short.
Well, Marion not only is attempting to hang on to the football here right now and run the clock down, but they can smell the end zone.
3:53 and the clock continues to run here at the Pontiac Silverdome. Power eye, strong side to the right. Heiser on the draw, Richards. 1st down to the 3. We'll see if they give the ball again to Mr. Richards. You just see this. Just here's two backs, and here's my tailback, and I'm going to run it right behind him.
He made a little move to the right off the blocks there. And Brian Zazula was there to make a stop.
First and goal. Wilson in close. Richards the tailback. And here's the give to Wilson, and is he close? He is in. Touchdown. Chad Wilson on the 3-yard drive for the score.
And these Marion people are really happy. They're right in front of us here. Not much doubt about what's happened here today. Their power football has really paid off.
Chad Wilson's just a junior. He's going to be back next year. Boy, he's a good one. Wade Brock will attempt the extra point. Good snap, kick is up, and it is no good. To the left.
We'll take a look at that touchdown here. Here we go.
Following McCrimmon, he really made a nice block to open the hole.
Just barely across the line.
Well, no matter if you make it by a foot or 5 yards, it's still 6 points. And Marion out front of Our Lady of the Lakes in the fourth quarter, 33-7, just 3:07 remaining. 2:47 that drive took, 6 plays, 53 yards on the drive for the Eagles. We're here at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan for the Class D Michigan High School Athletic Association football finals. And Waterford, Our Lady of the Lakes, trailing with 3:07 to go. And they'll get another crack at it. Chad Wilson to kick it off for the Eagles. And here's a high end over end kick that Adam Wilson will field. Ball is fumbled and picked up by Wolf. And he's brought down at the 16-yard line. Wade Smith for Marion making the tackle along with Eric Scott. So Waterford will bring it out again with John Rock, the senior quarterback.
They've got a long ways to go, and they have to put the ball in the air. Their backs are to the wall, so it's going to be tough. Marion can back off, play a little more prevent defense here, give up some yardage, bend but don't break.
Waterford, a young team, 12 underclassmen. There are a lot of seniors here on this team as well. Strong side to the right out of the I formation, a little slant in. They've got their man completed pass, Scott Powers. And he's brought down across the 25-yard line at about the 27. And depending on where they mark it, I believe he has a first down.
Now don't be surprised if they come back to him. There's no huddle now. They're trying to hurry things up, conserve time.
There's a little slant in. And Powers with a reception. Good spin. You see, he's still on his feet. There's his strength. Now back to live action. Pump fake once. Rock will roll. And he is going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Number 27, Tim Hutchinson, a 5'9" senior defensive back, coming in and making the stop.
A good pass rush because he had people open. In fact, Powers was open over here on the left side. Another situation without a huddle, so here we go, Joe.
Bill Campbell hurries off the field for Marion. Rock out of the pocket, airs it out over the middle. Dan Allen, completed pass at the 36. Nice catch in traffic by Allen, diving across the middle of the field and making the catch. And now we've got a timeout on the field. Minute 35 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Let's take a look at the Dan Allen reception. You're going to see right here, Rock is in a little bit of trouble, Norm. He's going to be rushed out of the pocket, and then he plants his feet well and makes a nice throw.
Going out of the pocket right now. This ball is going to be thrown quite low, but he catches it by diving for it.
Nice strong arm by Rock.
Look at this catch. That's not easy to do. You really got to concentrate on the ball.
Third down and about 1. Waterford coming back from the far side, huddling with Coach Mike Boyd.
There's some disappointed, but I'm sure very, very proud Waterford fans.
1:35 remaining here in the football game. Here's Rock calling it out, straight back in the pocket. Under the rush, the ball was deflected. We'll wait and see who that is. Either it might be Eric Scott again, who deflected that pass. But it goes incomplete and brings up 4th down and a yard. Even though the clock is stopped, Our Lady of the Lakes goes without the huddle. 4th and 1. The quarterback will take it, and Rock is close. I don't know.
He might not have gotten it.
That's going to be short. Rich Pickett, I believe, in on the stop.
I think they're going to measure it. It's just so close and too crucial to not measure it. These officials have just done an outstanding job today. This ball game has been under control all the way. Very few flags, communicating with the players very well, and that's what it's all about.
It's short. Marion will have it. With 1:25 to go in the football game, the Lakers turn it over on downs, and the Marion Eagles will have the football and the last 1:25 of the clock to run.
And all Marion's got to do now is just run the clock down. Very excited group over here on the sidelines, the fans and the players right in front of them. Quite a year they've had.
Standing is 1. Marion, village proper, about 800 people. They brought over 2,000 to the Silverdome to see their Eagles win the Class Double D State Championship. 1:05 and the clock is ticking. Handoff to the tailback. Tim Hutchinson, good gainer to the 29-yard line as Wade Smith is now in at quarterback for the Marion Eagles.
Just your basic, very safe plays, take a lot of time. Tom Cutler still pacing the sidelines down there. Monday morning, he's got to go back to being a principal.
There you see a very happy Chad Wilson. He's got a touchdown pass today. Tony Tall, the ball carrier. That's close to a first down. They'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go. Marion's done it all today. Mixed it up well with a run and the pass. Some play action. Little shake and bake here and there with a halfback option. And they'll bring it out and measure this. All at about the 26-yard line. And that is going to be awfully close. Just short. We'll see what Marion does. They may just elect to kneel down on that football with 26 seconds to go, and now the clock moves. Clock is rolling at 18 seconds. Wade Smith straight ahead, and that'll be the last play of the football game. And a fumble, and Waterford will have it. They'll stop the clock with 10 seconds as the Lakers come back out onto the field.
Dave Brightshoe apparently recovered that fumble. So the clock will be dead until they're ready to go here. They may get, no, they have one more timeout left apparently.
And they will use it. 7 seconds left. 33-7 is the score. Marion leading Our Lady of the Lakes, and there you see the celebration on the sidelines.
Pretty happy group there.
Bill Campbell and Joel Cutler. And
look at them look up here at the
some of the others.
The screen. They want to see themselves on TV.
There's
right
Bill.
now.
You can see the M that he's got the Marion in the back of his head. A couple of the guys do. Eric McLean.
Well, it takes a lot of work and dedication to get here, and both teams deserve a lot of credit. The communities both deserve a lot of credit, and Marion definitely is a state championship.
John Rock is in there at quarterback, the senior. The officials trying to get everything straightened up, make sure everybody's off the field for what looks like will be the last play of the ball game. Rock will go in the pocket. Air it out long, looking over the middle, has Allen. And he is out of bounds at the 43-yard line, and it's over. For the first time in the history of the Michigan High School Athletic Association, there is a Class Double D state champion, and it's the scarlet, or I should say the maroon and white, of the Eagles of Marion. And the celebration goes on the field as Marion wins it by a score of 33-7.
Thank you.
Marion 33, Waterford Our Lady of the Lakes 7. Ladies and gentlemen, before the presentation of the championship trophies and medals, let's acknowledge these two fine teams for their achievements this year and their play today. At this time, we direct your attention to the field where Miss Nancy Clark, assistant principal of Flint Carmen Ainsworth High School, a member of the MHSAA Representative Council, will make the trophy presentation to the 1990 Class Double D runner-up, the Lakers of Waterford Our Lady of the Lakes. Accepting the runner-up trophy, Coach Mike Boyd. And now, Ms. Clark will present the Class Double D Championship Trophy to the Eagles of Marion High School. Accepting the championship trophy, Coach Tom Cutler. Congratulations to Marion High School, the Michigan High School Athletic Association Class Double D football champions of 1990.